First of all, let me thank the organizers for the kind invitation, and also let me welcome Josh Hack, because I believe this is your first public appearance.
Yes. Thank you.
So I had the privilege to meet Josh a few times until now, both in DC and in Athens. And I think we're very lucky that we have in the US Embassy someone who knows the region and who has a deep understanding of the complexities. So welcome. You're right. Energy is in the middle of anything. It is an everyday challenge for the households in Greece or in Nicosia or in Rome or in Portugal. It affects tremendously, hence the previous discussion you had, the competitiveness of our industry.
Yeah.
And Greece having the past summer and the past years, together with the other southern Eastern European countries, a dividing line in terms of prices with Central and Eastern Europe and North Europe. This has become a serious bottleneck, a serious drawback for the competitiveness of our industries. At the same time, energy efficiency and energy stability and energy strength is part of your national strength. It's part of your national security. And on a more international level, you see that also in the recent US-EU agreement, the energy investments, the 600 billion energy investments that they are forecasted is one of the pillars of the agreement between the EU and the US. So energy affects us in so many different ways.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it also affects our everyday life in terms of the quality of our life, in terms of the quality of the atmosphere, of the oxygen, of the place that our children will be living. So I think Greece has done collectively a significant progress in terms of its obligation to the future generations. In 2005, Greece was almost fully dependent to coal, to lignite. More than 60% of the electricity was produced from lignite. Now, close to 60% is produced by renewables. 20 years ago, 60% from coal, now 60%, close to 60%, 54, 55, from renewables. And coal has been reduced to 9%. And you would say, yes, that's a significant progress, but one should take into account that these 20 years were not any 20 years. 10 out of these 20 years, Greece had to go through an unprecedented financial crisis, which resulted in the loss of 25% of our GDP, which in no other OECD country in peacetime, any society had to suffer this loss. And at the same time, we managed to catch up and at the same time improve and amend our energy mix. Now Greece, I think, is transforming itself into an energy regional hub by investing heavily in infrastructure projects in terms of interconnection. I think we are seeing how important it is that we are interconnected with Bulgaria, Turkey, Albania, Italy, and we're even more putting ahead more projects to enhance the volumes, because this is going to transform our region. The vertical corridor, it's very important. But the vertical corridor, it's part of something which for us is a bigger discourse. Energy for us is not only a commodity, but it's something that transforms the region. Every new pipeline, every new enhanced interconnection, it's something a lot more than the standalone economic activity. I'll give you an example. I've met with my colleague Zecho from Bulgaria and his colleague more times, 8 times the last 6 months, than I've met many of my fellow ministers in Greece. Because there's so many different projects. There are so many challenges. And it transcends the economic element. It completely transforms the vertical corridor countries. So this is...
So you're talking as a sort of pipeline of peace, if you like, a pipeline of international relations.
Of peace and prosperity and development. Until now, if you go to see the map of Europe, the Central European countries, you would consider to become, if you were in Netherlands, you would become to Paris or to Brussels. It was one unit, one end. In this vertical corridor, you could see neighboring countries, but you had all these bottlenecks. When we tried to do the product for Ukraine, it showed this fragmentation I'm talking about. Different countries, different operators, but there you had the possibility that the private sector and the operators and the administrators managed to find a way, so we're becoming more and more an area that energy leads to a broader cooperation and prosperity.
Right.